Hello, welcome to Bushcraft, California. This is a new series we're doing called Concrete Jungle. What do you want to call it?
Concrete Jungle to Bush.
My name is Rob. This is Angela. And apologize for not doing a video for a while, but unfortunately life happened. So we're going to try to start doing more videos in the future. So, Angela, take it to you. Why did you want to learn about bushcraft?
My entire experience in life is being able to walk into a company, take a look at their data, and figure out how to build their customer base, how to build inbound pipelines for marketing, from all of that, how to build operation processes that are automated using their CRM, whichever CRM it is, and that's my knowledge base, but I've always wanted to understand and learn how to survive in the wild. Never lived on a farm or any of that kind of stuff. Always lived in cities for the most part, which I jokingly call myself a concrete jungle bunny.
Well, that works. So I've been studying survival for many years, and Angela and I were talking, and she had an interest in doing the same thing, and so I said, yeah, I can teach you what I know. So first thing I did is I got her a knife, because well, that's pretty much the basics. So this video is going to be about kit mentality and starting off on the basics. And so really the first thing you should have if you're going to do any sort of bushcrafting is to have a bushcrafting knife. This is a cheap Harbor Freight, but I think they go for $9 now. Has a hollow handle, and one nice thing is hollow handle, compass in the butt, and it comes with a small survival kit. But however, I have put a few more things in here. So we'll move the sheets to the side. First thing we have is a magnifying lens. And this is a waterproof compartment as long as the O-ring is in good shape. A little bit of cotton twine. So this can be used for several things, one of which is making fires or starting fires.
While he's getting that out, I do have to say, the first time he showed me this knife, my jaw dropped and my eyes bugged out, and I said, how do I use that? I only know about a boning knife, right? Your kitchen knives.
Ah, there it goes. Put the cotton ball in first next time, or last. Okay, cotton ball for also starting a fire. It's main thing when starting a fire is you want a spark. Oh, geez, what did I call it? Yeah, spark.
An enabler?
Well, anyway, it extends the spark. I don't know how many people have seen this little thing. It actually says towel. This is water activated toilet paper in a cube, in a tablet.
And I just learned about this today, and the first thing I asked him was, are those Mentos? Why are they in the bag?
So that's it for the Harbor Freight kit. Comes in this nifty little bag, and again I have added a small lure with 2 hooks. A small swivel.
What does the swivel do again?
It swivels. So when you put your hook on, your line and hook, you put that through there, and instead of the hook getting tangled up, it'll swivel.
Oh.
And basically it's so that it doesn't get tangled.
Oh, okay.
Pardon me, because if you just had it on the line, there's a possibility as it's going through the water that it will twist around the line.
Okay.
So again, the Harbor Freight comes with I can't remember if it's 30 feet of line, but it's a pretty good, decent sized line. It's not a heavy duty. It's maybe a 5-pound test fishing line and a single hook, but I have added 2 more.
Can you, I mean, you don't need a pole, you just fish with this line?
You can fish just with that. You can take a piece of willow and attach it like an old cane pole, like they used to use in the, well, they probably still do in the South. But cane pole comes from, they would take the cattails, that a lot of times they just call it a cane, and they'll put line to it, and they'll just burn in that way.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you don't need a whole lot of line because you're fishing at the bank.
Okay.
So Harbor Freight comes with 2 strikers and 2 for 6 matches.
Are these waterproof matches or?
They are not.
Okay.
They are just strike-on box
Oh, okay.
kitchen matches.
Okay.
And then again, I added 3 lead weights.
And that's for the twine, right?
That's for the
Or
fishing line.
line. Not twine.
So I don't know if you can see these, but they're inline fishing sinkers. Just, I don't even know how many ounces. It's so small.
I thought they were BB gun pellets when I first saw them.
Well, if you can make a slingshot, they can also be.
Oh, there you go.
One thing with survival bushcraft, it is all on what you can use in your kit to make your life easier. Whether it's a one-off or going out on a weekend.
Okay.
I have used my kit in the past for camping, because if you're going out camping,
So my first experience using this, I closed the wrong eye to try to look through it. So let's try it again. Interesting. Yeah, it does work.
I hope.
Yeah.
I feel like it's bigger. Oh yeah. No, that's right. Okay, so cotton ball goes in last because it's the hardest to get out. And again, compass on the butt cap. There is a sawback section, and it will cut wood, but people have often said, well, you can't baton with that. Okay,
Well, what
so
is
don't baton with it. Baton is when you take a log and you take another log and you put it on there and you split the wood.
Oh,
Well, if you do that with this, you're going to come across the sawback, and you'll beat up your batoning wood. A baton is basically a length of wood.
okay.
So you'd beat it across that. But how often do you want to ruin your knife anyway?
No.
So, there's better ways of batoning than with your one and only big knife.
Yeah.
But I have used, on small occasions, I have used this sawback on cutting wood and processing wood.
Is there a reason why there's 2 holes here? Is it just...
In knives past, I have heard you can put line on there and use it as a grappling hook. But aluminum handle, yes, it's aluminum handle. I didn't mention that. I'm not sure how that would work, but again, if you're going to use it as a grappling hook, you're taking your one tool, putting line through these 2 holes, throwing it, and hopefully you can go get it. And I didn't silence my phone. So anyway, that's the survival knife. I made this pouch to go on a knife sheath, and so I have given that to her as well.
It's Christmas.
Thought it was your birthday.
Yeah, that too.
Multi-tool, always a good thing to have.
I did get this one right.
This is a Swiss Army. You have bottle opener, can opener, screwdriver. What that little piece is.
What?
Little cutout in the bottle opener. It's a wire stripper.
No way. That's a wire stripper?
Yes, and it does work. I have used one like it before.
Wow.
I mean, not very big wire, but
And this is a flathead, right?
flathead screwdriver.
Hey, look at that. I'm getting it. Wow.
Saw, and I have used my Swiss Army saw to do twice the size of the blade.
What? Okay, but what can you really cut with this? I mean, it's so tiny.
Wood.
Okay.
No, seriously, I have cut twice the size. Where you go, you twist, you go, you twist, you go
Oh.
and twist, and I mean, as long as you can get to that through the center. I mean, you have to have like it has to be so it can get to the center.
Yeah.
If not, you have to try to wiggle it back and forth to break it.
So I feel that we should do a competition with a saw this size. Him and I timing ourselves to saw.
I didn't say it was quick. I said it can be done.
Got it.
So, the Swiss Army knife saw has dual purpose. You can also use it to strike a ferrocerium rod, which, my opinion, I have used mine quite a bit, and it works really well.
Did you a kerosene rod?
Ferrocerium,
Pharisee. Oh, yeah, that's
the striking rod.
yeah. Got it. Okay.
Nice pair of scissors. A lot of people are like, scissors on a, well, I have used my scissors on my knife more times than I can even think.
Yeah.
Especially if you're doing bandages or things like that. Works very well. And then the standard two blade. I believe this is called the Huntsman, but it's very old and I don't remember what the name is. Also, you have the keychain, which, you know, that's very important.
Phillips.
Phillips head screwdriver. And some of them, this is not one of them, has a split down the center, or yeah, the center of the Phillips. And can you think of what that would be for?
Well, we already have a wire cutter. I have no clue.
Opening tin cans. If you ever have the, especially like Spam, where,
Oh, yeah.
no, I guess Spam doesn't do that anymore. Corned beef, where you take the key,
Oh yeah.
it's a can key.
Oh, interesting.
So.
Huh.
I haven't seen it on one for a while, and this is probably the worst awl I've ever seen.
What is an awl?
Pokes holes.
Oh yeah, that's right. You did tell me that. Yeah.
So if you need to repair gear or something, self-defense, you can actually stick it in, and it doesn't have the sewing hole, but you can stick it in and then make holes and try to stitch up that way.
Okay.
But not for wounds. Be very bad on wounds.
Tweezer! Oh my gosh, this is the tiniest little tweezer I've ever seen.
But if you ever have chin hair, oh no, I mean,
Yes, I do. I'm getting old.
if you have a splinter, I have removed many splinters with my Swiss Army
Oh wow.
tweezers. I don't think I put that in right.
That thing has everything.
No,
I have no idea what this is.
toothpick.
Is this a used toothpick?
I haven't used it. So every Swiss Army knife comes with a, and this is actually a Wenger instead of the Victorinox, which Victorinox bought out Wenger, so that tells you how old it is. But every Swiss Army knife comes with the tweezers and a toothpick. Like my Swiss Army knife has tweezers, toothpick, and pen.
And a pen?
And a pen, yeah, mine is one of the big ones.
Huh.
So,
Ooh. Yeah. So
Chopsticks.
let me explain this. So we were packing, getting ready to do this video, and these were laying on the table, and I go, "What do you use these for?" Because everything, all these tools, they're used for something unique, right? And he looked at me and he goes, "To eat?"
Eating utensils. So
Yeah.
if you have a piece of squirrel, you can cook. You cook with. Of course, you don't have a cooking vessel yet, but also, what I didn't tell you
Yeah.
is take your handy dandy little knife. You can scrape off part of the wood and use it to make fire.
Oh yeah. That makes sense.
But then, of course, if you whittle these down, you don't have any utensils. You'll have to go get some, but you can also use them as musical instruments.
yeah.
But yes, it can be a spark extender. Is what I was trying to think of the first time.
Okay.
Spark extender. But it's one of those things that fits in the case. They're usable. I'm sure you can figure out something if you really need. Even
Hair
as
to pull your hair up.
pull your
right?
hair up. If you need a dart.
Yep.
But no, seriously, you actually could fashion a dart out of these. It'd be very light. You wouldn't want to, but I mean, it is possible.
Interesting.
Now, the Harbor Freight knife sheath has fabric, and then on the inside it has this cheesy little plastic piece. Well, I use that cheesy little plastic piece as a pocket or
Another
a
saw.
The axe.
Ooh. And that's got some teeth.
It does.
Wow.
And
How do you hold that thing? Because like I'm
very
imagining.
carefully.
Yeah. I'm imagining that I'd be cutting myself pretty quick.
I don't have anything, but do it upside down. So basically, you hold it, and I mean it's doable. You can also take the chopsticks. Again, it's whatever you can think of at the time, and then lash that on there.
Oh,
And then you can-
smart. Yeah, okay, I see it now.
But I mean, truly, I've used it just the way it is. You just hold it.
Yeah. Probably easier to also flip the flint stuff or whatever.
And it's painted,
Yeah.
so no, you can't use this on a Ferrocerium rod.
Oh, you can.
No, because it's painted. But if you take the paint off, then sure. And if you really feel like you want to do it, you can not only take the paint off, but take a knife sharpener or a stone and sharpen that end down there, and now you have a.
Why can't you use it because of the paint? Like what makes
It doesn't spark. It has to have that
Oh.
right angle. It has to have the right angle and metal to metal. So because when you're using the Ferrocerium, you're actually removing that material in order to make the sparks.
and the paint doesn't allow for that.
Paint doesn't allow.
Okay, got it.
So now we come to everybody's favorite Altoids tin survival kit. There's 2 pieces of snare wire. Feel like magic. 3 feet long.
And I saw him measuring this earlier with his nose and his arm. So
It's accurate.
I've just never seen measurements like that.
I have a 1-inch finger, a 4-inch palm, and a 3-foot wingspan.
And I believe you.
And that's what we're going to measure. And what is that called again?
Ferrocerium?
No.
No.
Magnesium block and Ferrocerium rod. They used to be called metal matches, but now they're just kind of magnesium and Ferrocerium.
Okay, so what's the difference between magnesium and ferrocerium then?
Ferrocerium is the man-made material that is made for the striker. Magnesium is the mineral, and in a future video we will show how it works. Take whatever striker you have, you shave off bits of the magnesium into a small pile with your tinder and various other things. and then you strike it right on that pile.
Oh, got it. Okay.
And can't remember what magnesium burns at. Like 5,000 degrees.
Jeez.
No, that sounds too much. Anyway, it burns at high heat, but it doesn't take much to start it.
Okay.
So that's why these two work together.
And that's when you would have your cotton ball, I'm assuming?
Cotton ball, plant material.
Okay.
You can even use charcloth.
I don't know what that
Charcoal. Charcloth is a carbonized piece of cotton or natural fiber, natural material.
is. Okay.
Linen, I'm not sure about silk, I'm not going to say silk, but linen, cotton, grass, weeds, charcoal,
Yeah.
like wood charcoal, anything that has been carbonized down to its pure carbon form.
Okay.
That, if you can get the spark on there, it will stay there until you can get a spark extender on there.
Okay.
And that's where we get the other things. Flint and steel,
How long does this last for?
I've never run out, I don't know.
Interesting.
So when you're doing it, you're making about a quarter size pile. So, I mean, there's probably 10,000,
Ah,
but now on that, that's not 10,000.
yeah.
So I have never understood why you have like 50,000 magnesium and like 100 ferrocerium.
Strokes. Yeah.
Anyway,
Makes sense.
anyway, striker. I mean,
Another
you can
saw?
use that as a saw. I mean, you can maybe saw the. I usually just again use the saw for the Swiss Army knife, the back, scrape it down because it's a really nice scraper, and then it scrapes off the ferrocerium. Ferrocerium. And yes, everything comes in nifty little baggies.
Yeah.
You don't want it to get dirty or marked up, but
And I suppose also to keep it dry. Keep everything.
I mean, it's a mirror, so.
Oh, I mean,
it's a,
no, I mean, no, I mean the bags.
it's a piece
for
of metal. It could
Yeah.
rust. But yeah, I mean, it's to keep it clean, really.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a polished dog tag. You can wear it if you want or whatever. But when you find the sun, you hold out 2 fingers, and then you look through, and you'll see the reflection on your fingers, and that'll aim, and then you can find out. You can signal to the person, and hopefully you get rescued if you need. You can also check to see if you've got some in your eye.
When I first looked at this, I thought it was a razor blade. Just kind of looked like one. Yeah, very cool. Like,
I'm sure you could sharpen it. I've never tried.
how far does the light project? I suppose, depending on the sun. Never mind. I withdraw that question.
I was going to say, as far as the sun reaches.
Yep.
Unless you're a flat earther, and we're not going to go there. Bic lighter, I'm sure you can figure out what this is for.
Yep. Fire.
What happens if you run out of fuel?
You're screwed. Then you need to go back to your ferrocerium and magnesium.
What if you still have spark?
Oh, you can use that. If you...
Yes, you can.
Yeah, you get your cotton ball and...
Yes.
Yeah. That'd be an easier way, especially if it still has
They
a
actually
spark.
do sell just, I can't think of what it's called, but the spiral striker.
Oh.
And instead of having fuel, you just flick
Yeah.
it and flick your Bic. And you can start a fire with just the...
Yeah, just the Flickum Bickus. Very cool.
well, Flicker Bic used to be the... in the 70s.
Tagline?
Yes.
Yeah.
Now this is your favorite piece.
Ooh. Dangerous. Yep.
Shuriken. I mean, razor blade.
Yeah. A shuriken. Yeah. Oh, that one's sharp for sure.
Yeah.
And I shouldn't have handed it to you with the blade first.
Yeah, cut up anyway.
Eh.
But yeah, it even has some oil. And why is it in a Kleenex?
So, because it's harder to cut through the Kleenex, I'm assuming, for some reason? I don't know.
No. Spark extender.
Oh, spark extender.
So again, you can take your lighter and cut little pieces off or tear little pieces off, and it's another way of having multiple purpose on keeping your razor blade safe and having a little bit of fire tinder.
So what I'm getting through all of this right now is fire is essential in being able to survive. And so that's why we have so many different ways to create a fire and all of the fire extender stuff.
Well, if you have the ability to make a fire and you find yourself in the middle of nowhere, you're in a car accident and you've run off the road, whatever, you have nothing with you except what you have in your kit, and all of a sudden it's 40 degrees and you don't have a jacket and you have wood and material around you.
Yeah.
Yes, fire is very important.
Makes sense. I did live in the Midwest. Can get to negative 20 degrees in the winter sometimes, so totally understand that.
That has other problems though, because it's really hard to make a fire when it's cold.
Yeah, true.
But we'll get to fire mentality later. So this is a seal needle.
Why is it called a seal?
Sail.
Oh, sail.
S-A-I-L.
It's my hearing.
to sew up your seal, of course.
Yeah, I know. That's what do seals have to do with it? Got it. Okay.
It's also a leather needle. So,
So,
did I miss the sewing kit and the knife?
I'm not sure.
There should have been a sewing kit. Anyway,
Is it called a sail needle because of pirates? I know that's gonna be like a weird question, but
sure, why not?
okay, there we go.
No, when they were making the sail, like the cotton,
Oh yeah.
they needed a big, sharp needle, because when you're trying to put through
Yeah.
4 layers of duck canvas,
Yeah.
it's hard to do.
Yeah.
So you have to have a big, thick, sharp needle. That's why I also said it's good for leather, because
Yeah, that makes sense.
it's good for leather.
Ooh, it's got a nice point to it also. Yeah. Just to be able to, I'm not gonna poke a hole, but
Better not.
I know.
This is my grandfather's.
Ooh.
And yes, sewing kit, just because you never know.
Yeah.
You never know. You rip your bag, you rip your backpack. You know, it's little or nothing, and you go there.
Owl. Not an.
Owl.
No, I know that. I know that. I promise. It's an awl, not an owl.
Yeah, AWL.
AWL.
And again, making holes,
Making holes. How often are you making holes?
depending on what you need.
Okay.
For various firecraft, you need to have a hole, like in a bow and drill. You have to start a hole in order to use. So you have a sharp awl, make this awl, and then you have to make a triangle in the baseboard,
Oh.
and then you have to make a V. So you start off with this, go to this, and then so on
Okay.
to make a V cut.
I'm a visual learner, so it makes sense in my head what he's saying, but it'll click once I see it.
Okay, we're back. We had a little bit of technical difficulty and we stopped recording. So Angela was saying about how she's a visual learner, and we basically finished the little kit. We were talking about how it's always nice to have a plastic bag or another bag for gathering water that's waterproof, plant material for edibles, and fire starting. It's always good to have something to carry stuff in, even on your personal kit. I apologize for the beeping noise. Unfortunately, our neighbor is doing some repairs on his property and didn't think it was going to be that loud, but it's pretty loud. But so anyway, my idea is there's 3 kits. You have your personal kit, no, your pocket kit, your personal kit, which is everything that this is, plus something that you can put in a haversack, some sort of bag, more things. So this is if you just walk away. A personal kit is you're going out and you don't want to carry a backpack, you have a day pack with that kind of stuff in. And then 3 is the biggest one, which is the car kit. Excuse me. The biggest one is the car kit, and heavenly bell. The biggest one is the car kit, and that's basically just take it in your car and you're going camping. So, do you have any questions?
The only question that I have is, you made this.
I made that.
This pouch.
I designed and made it. It is big enough for an Altoids tin and a lighter or small knife.
It's pretty cool.
And
Do you sell these?
I do sell them. I have a few different ones. I have horizontal, vertical, and horizontal opens up this way.
Oh yeah,
So
that's nice.
horizontal opens up this way, or vertical.
Very cool.
Yeah, if you're interested, leave me a comment and I'll get back to you. I do go through and read every comment that I've gotten. I try to get back to you if I can. And so again, if you have any questions, leave a comment and I'll get back to you as soon as possible, maybe a little while. Any other questions?
No, but I do have a favor to ask of everybody. Please be kind to me. I know that I'm going to ask probably a lot of silly questions, or what may seem like silly questions, or super basic questions that a lot of people may already know. Like I mentioned in the beginning, my skill sets are much different, and this is something I've always been very interested in. So thank you. And I want to say thank you to Rob. Thank you, Rob, for agreeing to teach me all of these skills that I've always wanted to learn, truly. So I'm very excited about this journey with all of you.
Well, and thank you, because it gives me a chance to talk survival, which I haven't had a chance to do for a while.
Yeah.
So,
Very cool.
thank you. So until next time, next one will be on the personal kit. We'll get it up as soon as we can. So have a good day. Bye.
Peace.